If by chance you're wondering, why should I keep watching? Honestly, I just talk through that myself because this is real life. This is me going through real life and really building building something that I had been having as a dream my whole life. Okay, I was about to start my day, and then I came in here and realized I've been living in here for 6 months, and I have yet to update my closet or to actually like move in. You know that stage that some of us get where we kind of just like start living, and then you go back and realize, oh, I haven't decorated, I haven't planned on like staying here. Let me go ahead and start like moving into this space to make it my own. So we're gonna come back to this closet later, and I'm gonna like try to do something to it, but don't don't judge me. So we are getting our day started this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and do something to my hair, get dressed, get us ready to get out of the house. Today on the schedule, I have only one house, and we're just doing an exterior. So we're gonna talk about that when we get there, and then of course we gotta come and tackle that closet later. And we're gonna start a 30-day video schedule. I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree, pick up a few supplies. We'll talk about all that later. But for right now, let me go ahead and finish getting dressed. I got out of the shower. I'm about to moisturize and get myself started for the day. We'll pop back in later when it's time to get active. Literally, this home is something that I prayed for. This home is something that I've been wanting my entire life. Um, to have a home with a garage, that's literally all I wanted. So I was able to get this space, and I have not really started to like move in. I have this thing where I get into habits where I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm moving too fast. Let me just slow my life down. And then I kind of get stuck in a space. And I've had these spaces up here for months, and I really want to start decorating it and like making this house my home. I want to turn a space. And then if you don't know, I do real estate photography. So me turning a space that I see houses every day, I see blank canvases every single day. And I'm in a space where I can create my world in a sense. And so what I've been doing the last few months is finding out who I am, what I like. I've been stepping away from like limiting beliefs and things that like make me and keep me small. And I've really been stepping into this space of just like, you know what, I'm just going to explore. I'm just going to live life like I was a kid and go and chase my dreams. I am a photographer, so I'm building an entire media company. I'm not just a photographer. I started out, my background, of course, is in photography, but hey, look, like we're doing big things over here. So we are a media company. I'm literally creating a media company from the ground up. And so with that, everything that's in my space, everything that I kind of pretty much have built is pretty much, it's that. It's just the starting point of it. And I never wanted to show this space on camera until it kind of like came together a little bit more. And it's a few months in and it hasn't. And so I get into this space where I feel like everything has to be perfect and then nothing gets done. I'm preaching that away. We're praying that away from our generation. We're not going to keep thinking and planning and planning. I was in that phase for years, and now I'm in a place where it's time to execute. So today, again, I mentioned we're going to do like 30 days worth of videos. This office is going to come together within 30 days as well. We're going to take that from the mess that it is to an entire office. Coming back down here, I'm pretty much about to get my day started, drink me some tea, get out the house and go photograph my first house. I'm feeling limey today. A little chamomile, a little chamomile. So we have made it to the car and we're about to go to my first house of the day. It's a few minutes away, so I'm going to go just take a few exteriors. When we get on site, we'll actually show you guys that process of the behind the scenes of me when I do my real estate photography. I think though my morning routine is really what helps me stay really consistent as a entrepreneur, because you know you're taking your life into your hands. You don't have a schedule, you don't have anyone telling you who, what, where to be. And so I think me being able to self-manage. So I got my camera bag over here. Let's see, I keep my camera bag in the car. Actually, I have my camera, so all I need for my real estate photography today is my camera and my tripod, which is in the bag that you guys are under. Yeah, let's get this day started. Hold on, guys, my sister called me. Hey. Okay, let me talk to her. I'll be right back. I just took my exterior shot. As you see, we're at Dollar Tree, so I'm about to run in here, pick up a few things for this project. I uploaded the photos to my Dropbox, so once I'm home, I can do a quick edit. That's it. I'm done with that house for the day. I made my little money, and I'm going on about my do is get my 5,000 steps in every day. So as you see, I have like multiple days where I get 5,000, and today we're only at 409 steps for today, and I need to get to 5. And so what I like to do is do a 8 to 9 5-minute segments on my walking pad. When we get back home, I'll show you that, but I have a walking pad set up where I'm gonna put my dining room table right now, and I just do 5 minutes. 5 minutes gives me about 500 to 600 steps, and then that compounds throughout my day. So if I start now, by probably 1 or 2 p.m. I can be done with my 5,000 steps. Or if I walk around my neighborhood or walk around the park, I can get my 5,000 steps in really in about one lap. Super quick. Or going in the store. Those type of things I pay attention to because I hit 5,000 steps a day just on average. And then of course days when I want to push myself or when I'm trying to work out, I try to go to 10. But if keeping it a good steady, I did a year where I did an entire 1 year. Did a good year straight of 10,000 steps. You know what? I'll show you better than I can tell you. It's 2024. Let me go back to, it's 2026 now. Let me go back to like 2024. Uh-huh. Yep, look. 2024. Just a random day. 9,000. What'd I say? 8,000. So 2024, that was in December. That was in December. Let me go to 2025.
2025, the beginning of the year, yeah, I was busting it out at the beginning of the year. Towards the end of the year, I slowed down a little bit, and then I kind of moved into kind of like a slower little depression, because I was like, how can I continue to be consistent? I want to keep doing my 10,000 steps. I felt the best I've ever felt in my life. I had just stopped smoking. I had been smoking every day for like 10 years, probably. Not every day, but whenever I felt like it, I would smoke, and just go through and live my life. And then I got to a point where I started my journey with God, and he was just really starting to convict me on that, to like just kind of move away from that a little bit more. So I went about 30 weeks, my first time that I stopped smoking. 30 weeks of just not smoking. That was a big for me. And I felt my mind sober for the first time, and it was just an amazing experience. And I've never wanted to talk about this online. I was never going to say this, but you know, this is my testimony, and I get to tell my journey. So yeah, I went and I stopped smoking for about 30 months. I stopped smoking for about 30 weeks, and then I decided, you know, somehow I got back into it. I smoked with a friend one time, and then I kind of got back into it. And maybe 2 or 3 months later, I realized, oh, I've been smoking a lot more lately. So then I stopped again for about 16 weeks. And so I keep this calendar in my house. I know I feel like I'm all over the place, but it'll make sense. I keep this calendar in my house, which is when God and the Holy Spirit kind of start working with me on consistency. Because I used to be the type of person where I value spontaneity. I used to be the type of person where I value spontaneity, where I'm going to be like quick to, I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And the journey with God is completely opposite of that. You can't just do what you want, when you want, how you want. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, in all type of situations. And is learning how to surrender, because God may have a plan, and you doing what you're doing can literally just derail everything. So it's having respect enough for God to surrender my plans sometimes. And so I'm still learning that. I'm still struggling with that. I'm still balancing that right now with life. I'm just learning to really the light hold on, that light went away from me. But yeah, so the moral of this is I'm learning now to surrender by choice, and to really like decide to go on this life and see what my purpose is, and see what really God has for me. And in that, I knew I've loved photography, but I have just been having so many more ideas, and I can see me building so many amazing things. I had this really cool vision when I was younger, and it was me having a studio. I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know that you could do art. I didn't even know that art was a career. And then I went to Savannah College of Art and Design. When they asked us, where do you want to go to college in high school? I just went and found a ton of schools, and I was like, I don't want to do any of these, quite frankly. None of this interests me. And then I started to feel down, because I was like, well, what is my life? And then I decided, the Holy Spirit kind of told me back then, but I didn't know it was the Holy Spirit. I thought it was me. But he was like, you know, go on to look at art schools, look at other schools. And I'm in Atlanta, so of course I looked up art schools in Atlanta, and an art institute popped up, and then Savannah College of Art and Design. I clicked Savannah College. I clicked Savannah College of Art and Design, and then it was just down. It was just, and I clicked Savannah College of Art and Design. It was pretty much uphill from there. I didn't apply to any other school. I didn't submit a portfolio or anything. I just applied and was able to get in. And I just am amazed by that, because I was surrounded by people who looked like me, and who were doing the same thing as me, and coming from the same type of area that I was. And it was just, I was mixed with a whole bunch of different people, Asians, different type of races, older people. I had a lady that was like 60 in one of my classes. So I've been on this journey with just trying to step into who I am as an artist, and what my voice is. And I'm going to put a picture up here. I did this project when I was in college called From Within. And it's literally like an amazing photo. We photographed it in milk. We'll talk more about that another day too, if you want to hear about that. But I photographed it in a pool of milk, and I kind of like edited it to where it looked like she was coming out of a wall. Amazing. From Within. And that was one of the projects that I just came up with in college. Looking back on it now, it's 10 years later almost. That was the definition of my life. I didn't even understand what art was at the time. I didn't understand the impact that I could have on art. I didn't understand my voice. And now 10 years later, my journey with God and everything like that, I know my voice. I know who I am and what I have to say. And I know now a tactful way to do it. I'm a very blunt person. I'm very quick with it. I can go in there and fantasize with you too. I can laugh with you. We can joke around and stuff, but I'm also very visionary. I see big, and then I can tunnel in and go back big. Like, so I take that and I'm kind of incorporating that into my world. I'm building brands. I'm working on this community, this ecosystem of creativeness, and I just want to take you guys with me on a journey. So I'm going in the store. This store is slightly overwhelming. Yeah. So let's go and try and find some poster board or something like that. We have got the goods. Hey, if you must be that close. That was a little weird. I feel like you guys are closer than normal. I don't know what that's about. Literally, we're done with the schedule. So I ran into the store when I was just in the store. And as a photographer, I value people's privacy. You got to understand that some people may be running from people. Some people maybe, not want to be seen. And some people are not on social media by choice. And so I am above the belief. I am beyond the belief that, hey, we all need to be respecting people's privacy, because not everybody want to be on camera. Just because I can pick up my camera and post and do stuff like this, not everybody wants to be on it. So you gotta take that into consideration. And if you're ever out as a photographer, I have an actual degree in this, so I'm not just photographing or doing this for fun. This is like actually something I'm trained in. Like, photography is something I'm trained in doing professionally for money. Like, so I understand respect and understanding people's privacy. Again, somebody might be out and just have their camera up and not think about who's behind them or who's around them. I pay attention to stuff like that, so you're not gonna just see no randomness on this channel. All right, so we're just getting back in the house, and I'm about to go ahead and go and get the rest of my steps in. The goal is 5,000 steps, and we are currently at 752. So I have to go ahead and walk around my neighborhood and do one lap. That should get me to around 2,000, maybe 3,500 steps, and then we'll pop back in, work on that closet, and then come back and do a few random things throughout the house. I wanted to show you guys my calendar and kind of how I think. So I keep if you're wondering why I went and bought these things to make this little calendar, let me just explain my mind a little bit. I keep a weekly planner, food options, I keep an actual calendar of when I get paid, any holidays, how many houses I get that day. So when I get an order, I come over here and I put, like this day, 7 for that one specific client that day. Today, I only had 1. I only find out pretty much the day before when it comes to houses, what I have on the schedule for that day. So don't worry about that. Then I have another calendar here, but it's not a calendar. It's like a little checklist that I do. That's don't judge me. Where this is a no judgment zone, right? So then I have 2 more. I know y'all are probably like, Michaela, this is a mess. But this one is more like content structure, like ideas that I want to work on, which is kind of like big picture ideas. And all of these topics I can break down into like 5 videos. And then this is kind of more what I do every day. Here, and you are a real estate photographer and you're interested in a real estate photography startup guide to help you kind of get your business off the ground, or you see how I'm moving and you like those type of videos, or you like that type of art, or you kind of want to take that into a new niche that you want to work on, I have a real estate photography startup guide that I actually have just released on my website. It's going to be in the description box below, and it pretty much just walks you through how to start a business or leave with your first client. So if you're interested in that, that's live now on the website. Go purchase that. Check out my website. Look at some of my other work. If you have any questions or anything, of course, DM me. But we're about to go upstairs, change, go for a walk real quick, and then I'm come back and get back into this closet because 6 months living here and I'm just now making my house a home. That's insane, but it just shows you that when you are living in lack mindset or living in scarcity and things like that, or limiting beliefs, just kind of working your day, you don't get to think and see how you're really showing up. So the part of the video that you've all been waiting for. I'm just kidding. But I've been living in this house, literally. I've been praying for something like this, to be able to maintain a space like this. And I haven't. I literally have I have not one thing done in this closet. I literally just moved my stuff in and have been living out of suitcases on the floor, pretty much. So let me give you a little tour. Let me give you a little tour of what's going on in here. So I got a bunch of clothes. Nothing is separated. As you see, I got plenty of hangers. I got plenty of clothes that can go on those hangers. And then on this side, I also have some more shoes and stuff down here. Another bin, this huge bin with clothes that I don't know what's in there anymore. Some jeans in the corner, some hats, some shoes. I got a pair of Doc Martens up there. I'll put a picture here of me in the Doc Martens. And if you don't know, this is taking my channel back a little bit, because I used to, when I first started YouTube, I'm gonna put a screen recording here of my very first, I think it was a what's in my closet or a sneaker haul or something like that. And I didn't even have no real heat for real, but I was in that world. So if you are here from those days, comment down below and let the people know that I was for real. I was out here a little bit. I bought these Anthony Edwards. Ooh, you guys, this shoe is the most beautiful shoe, and they have another colorway called Atlanta. I'm gonna need to get that up off of them. It would take me, I'm gonna show you a few more. It would take me probably 20 minutes to go through all the shoes that I have in here. I'm not gonna do that. Just know I'm a sneakerhead, and I'm trying to stop dressing like a little boy and upgrade myself from little boy, a little tomboy, to sophisticated woman with a street style that doesn't mind mixing a little tomboyish into her classiness. That's where we're going, but you know, we gotta start somewhere. I just bought these 4s. Just got these 4s the other day as well. Got the gamma, yeah. So yeah, I have a ton of shoes here, and what I was thinking of doing is kind of getting me a bunch of display cases, kind of so I can keep my shoes more in a display way. So that's something that I plan to do in here. And I have a ton of clothes. Again, I like to see all my clothes, so I want to get a few more hangers and maybe a little system that I can put up probably on this wall, because I have a huge wall here that with nothing on it. So maybe if I can get me a little shelf here, a shelf here, and something down here where I can come in and put stuff on or whatever. We're gonna do that over the next 30 days as well. So it's funny that this 30-day video is gonna have a lot of moving parts. Not only are you guys gonna see me creating the 30 videos in 30 days and posting them, but you're also gonna be watching me decorate my closet, decorate my content filming room. Here's I have an entryway. Let's go look at that. Oh, I love this little window film I put up there. Adds a little bit of personality. But enough of that. I have an entryway. This is my front door. This is where I come into my house at. And I kind of want to put an entryway table over here. Let me see. On this side of the room, I want to put an entryway table over here. Some plants and things. And a runner rug. And I actually ordered that. It's already on its way. So it should be here either today or tomorrow. But it's a really pretty orange floral looking runner rug that I'm going to put right here. If by chance you're wondering, why should I keep watching this video? Why should I keep watching her? Honestly, I just talked through that myself because this is real life. This is me going through real life and really building something that I had been having as a dream my whole life. I don't know how to explain it. But this is different for me. This is something that I've never executed. I've always been a planner. And so to be someone who is actively stepping into what I've always dreamed is almost scary to the point where it's like it's making me freeze up. And I've been in that space for the last 2 months. I would say I've been in that space for the last like 2 months where I just got froze up with, whoa, this is possible, and then I stopped. So today we got out of that. Today we got out of it, and I realized it because I recorded an entire video already, and it's literally like one or two. I recorded an entire video this morning, and it's full. It's literally done. I still can go back and work on my closet or do something to it, or add to the video, but like I have that recorded. I did that. Oh, sorry. I've been looking at you guys I've been looking at myself. I'm sorry. I'm a photographer. I should know that. I need to be looking at you guys. We're gonna work on that. That was excuse that. But yeah. I was in a place of me being inspired. I was tired of like living and doing things the way I did it, always out of fear. Like what? You can literally be something, choose something. You can literally choose to be something and dedicate the next 6 months to doing that, and you can do it. I know that sounds anticlimactic, but oh, you hear that? That's my over there. Oh, you probably can't hear it over there. My diffuser is a waterless diffuser. I actually bought one of those off of Amazon. I have a link to my Amazon store in the bio below. Get you one. Get you one. It smells like a hotel in here. Nice and high class, like. But anyway, I had a client a few years ago. I still work with this client now, but they were in a group and we were actually trying to start them with like I was trying to pretty much build an entire brand around them. At the time, I knew what I was doing. I was trying to be a photographer. I was trying to creative direct and produce this idea, and I just didn't have all the right pieces. Again, I was a perfection. I was a perfectioning. I was a perfecting. I always get tongue tied when I say this. I was a procrastinating perfectionist, and I just simply I wanted everything to be perfect, and I think this, you guys are watching me in real time, just to not care that things are perfect. And as an artist, I create work, so I have always been under the idea that if I'm creating work for myself or just vlogging my life, it has to be just as perfect as what I would deliver to somebody else. And that's not necessarily the case. I've been trained in doing photography for people. I've never done photography, even creatively, on myself unless I just pick up my phone and just take a photo. And again, I was limited in the way I thought, the way I created. And now I'm in a space where I actually want to show up and be creative. I'm creative. I'm a creative person, but I want to actually see it. I want to actually experience it for the first time, of being coming from a place of not being in a lack mindset, not being in a scarcity mindset, not being in a struggling to worry about my next meal or my next job or how I'm going to pay my bills and stuff. I was in that life for a few months. I was in that life for a few years. I was in that life on and off. I've experienced it multiple different times. I've had money, then had seasons where I haven't had money, and then had money again, and then had seasons where I haven't had money, and now I'm coming to a season where I'm having money and I'm able to steward this the correct way this time. And it's about multiplying, of course, multiplying that. But the way I'm going to multiply that is by using what God has blessed me with. And He's blessed me with this ability to kind of have a new start at life. I'm in a new place. I have new characters. I have a new plot. I have a new career almost, because I left working at, like, daycares and working at Planet Fitness and Forever 21s to having my own business in photography. Nobody in my family hasn't done anything like this in a way where they're literally just chasing their dreams. And it's like I'm doing it in real time. And I saw this years ago, and it's like, whoa, it's happening now. Um, I don't know. That's just so crazy to me. That's just so crazy. So I guess if you're asking why should I keep watching this, I guess that's why. It's because it's real, it's raw, it's authentic. I don't know how far this is going to go. I don't know how many people will see this. I don't know how this will play out in 10, 20 years. But one thing that you won't be able to say is that I didn't try. One thing you won't be able to say is that I didn't go out there and give 110% at this while I had the opportunity. I'm getting a chance. I'm going to take that chance. And yeah, so this is day one of my 30-day challenge. Um, I got a lot of things planned for the next 30 days. And then later this year, I'm going to New York Fashion Week. I don't know if I talked about that in the video, but I'm going to New York Fashion Week with one of my old friends from college. Pretty much, she was somebody who I met literally day one of me going to college, and we've just kind of been friends since then. And I decided I would love for her to be a model for me. She's a fashion designer, but I said I would love for her to be a model for me when I go to New York to shoot. And I just want to, we're just going to go out there and literally just shoot for fun, because I love street photography. I love, like, doing that going outside and doing that type of on. If you see me keep looking over here, I'm looking out my back door because I got my windows open. So I keep seeing stuff come by, and so I keep looking over there. So I don't want y'all to be like, what is she looking at off the camera? But yeah, so I wanna work with her, and this is just something, again, that just, I had an idea about something, and I just want to go and kind of explore it. So that means I'm going to go. I went to New York last year, and I saw how easy it was to just, when I went to New York, it was kind of all expense paid, air quotes around that whole entire situation. Maybe we'll go into that another day. I kind of already talked about that on my TikTok, so if you are nosy, go over there. Links all in the description below. But yeah, if you go over there, I've went to New York, and the experience was so fun. It was amazing. It was eye opening. It was like, oh, people really are like this. Oh, the world really is like this. Oh, I want to come back here again. So I'm going to go back to do another fashion week. So we're just going to go for fun. Literally, I just asked her, hey, let's just go to New York. I would love for you to be a model, and we can just stop at random places and take photos and just do kind of like a photo shoot, kind of a vlog style thing where I take you guys with me. I already had you guys in mind before we started creating this, just so you know. But just so you know, before we got here. But yeah, I want to go up there, and we're just gonna go hopefully for 2 or 3 days, maybe 4, and go to some fashion shows, go to do some photo shoots, and make a. It's gonna be a fun thing. So that's in September, and so leading up until that, I want to go ahead and get some videos out there, get some things done. Of course, I'm working on something else big I talked about earlier in the video, and so I gotta kind of want to get that structured the way I want it to. Again, trying to take this idea of perfection off of everything, and just people don't want to see perfect. People don't want to see perfect anymore. People want to see real. People want to see raw. People want to see journey. And that's exactly what I'm on. My journey to becoming. That's exactly what this is. You're on my journey to becoming with me. And so I have to show you the process. You know, if that makes sense. So if you're wondering why I should watch somebody like me, or why should I keep watching and come back to these videos, I hope that answers your question. And if you have any questions, comments, anything, drop them in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you can get reminded when I drop a new video. And every day I'm going to try to drop them. I don't know what time, because again, it's currently like 1 or 2, so I still have to edit this video and get it posted. And some days I may have 6, 7, 8 houses, and some days I may have appointments and things I have to get done, and I don't want to be just dropping a video at midnight just because, or just skipping days. So I'm gonna try my best to stick to this 30-day challenge. Let's end it out with a check mark. Day 1 complete. I'll see you guys in the next video.